John, if you could lead us in the word of, yeah.
Thank you, Susan.
Okay. Mm.
Let's pray. Dear Lord God, we want to thank you for the opportunity to be alive. We want to thank you for the opportunity to be able to make money, to be able to save money and invest money in the interest of ourselves and the future generations coming before us. As we gather this morning to learn more in terms of how to invest, may you come and guide us, and above all, may you provide us with more resources. We will be very good custodians. We pray all this in the name of the Almighty God.
Amen.
Thank you.
Amen. Thank you so much, John, for leading us in that prayer. So we're about 98 of us on the call. So as we usually do for those that have been here for all our sessions, usually we do something just to gauge our knowledge and where we are at, and also to understand the people that are in the room, especially with regards to technology, and just to be so that when the person is presenting, they know the people they're actually talking to. So it's right now, let me just get it. I'm going to share the screen, but let me just get the link, and I'm going to drop it in the chat section for those that are not able to scan using the QR code. But for those that are able to scan with a QR code, you're going to be able to just quickly give us a response. So in the chat section right now, I am dropping in that Mentimeter. You'll see it's a Mentimeter link, and it's basically, it is there. I've just dropped it in there. So I'm also now going to also share it on the screen as well, so that our dear lovely investors and team that are here will be able to view it. So I'm going to start the presentation, and for those that are able to scan the QR code, please do scan it. So it is there for those that are able to view the screen. I'm seeing that there are already 15 responded. There are those that have already scanned and used the link. So what is the first requirement before you can buy shares on the Uganda Securities Exchange is the question. Many of us are saying an SCD account. At least no one is saying that a mobile money account. So there is a mobile money account, a savings account, a passport. Yeah. Wow. Thank you so much for those responses. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Yes, we have over 33 of you saying, yeah, that it's an SCD account. Yeah. Some of us are liking, but please scan the Mentimeter so that we can be able to what? So we shall go on to the next question. Do you currently have an SCD account? For those of us that are here, do we currently, for over the 42 respondents, do we have currently an SCD account? So the majority of us have an SCD account. So Dorothy, yeah, the majority of us here have an SCD account. 4 do not have. I'm not sure what an SCD account is. We also have those that are, about 2 of them are saying that they're not sure what an SCD account is. So probably these are people that are attending the webinar for the very first time, people that are also interacting with the Uganda Securities Exchange for the very first time, but the majority have an SCD. Then the next question is, which device would you most likely use to invest? Would you use your smartphone, a feature phone? A feature phone, this is like the KBDT, the USSD, or a laptop or a desktop. What are you going to use? Which device? Which device are you going to mostly likely use? Are you going to use a feature phone, a KBDT? Are you going to use smartphone? Are you going to use a desktop? So the majority of us are saying we're going to use our smartphone. So that means most of us have a smartphone. And also the majority of, also a significant number is also saying they're going to use their laptops, stroke desktop, but there is no one going to use a what? A feature phone, a USSD. Yeah. So none of us is going to use a feature phone. Then how confident are you that you can open an SCD account on your own? Now, majority of us, I know, already have an SCD account, but we want to get from those that do not have it. How confident are you that you can open an SCD account on your own? So most of us are saying we are very confident. On a scale of 1 to 5, most of us are saying we are very confident. Just a few of us are saying we're not confident enough. Yeah. Wow. Yes. So very confident that we can do it on our own. Then have you ever used the USE Easy Portal, the Uganda Securities Exchange Easy Portal? That is our platform that we have as the Uganda Securities Exchange. Have you ever used the Easy Portal? Yeah, now the majority, actually, the yes and no's are back to back. They're actually equal. Yeah, they are 20, 20, 3, yeah, as in almost. So the majority of us, the number that has used and the number that has not used are almost the same. They're actually less by 1. Then I have never heard about it. You're about 6 of you are saying that you've never heard about the USE Easy Portal. So we have actually now for those that are yes or no, you're now neck and neck, you're equal. Ones who have ever used and have not used. Yeah. Thank you so much for those responses. Then have you bought shares or bonds using the USSD or Easy Portal? What have you used? If you've ever bought shares or bonds, what did you use? Yeah, so only one person has used. So the majority of us are saying we have never used. So Dorothy, that is also another statistic for you to pay attention to. And majority of these people have not used our platforms. About now 35 have said no. Yes, about 8 of them, 9 now. And there are those ones I've tried, but it failed. Those were about 2 of us so who have failed. But the majority of us have not used the platform before. Only a small number, about 10 of us have used. What has been your biggest challenge when using USE systems? That means the USSD portal, the Easy portal, any system that is out there concerning the Uganda Securities Exchange. What has been your biggest challenge? Navigation. Someone is saying navigation has been a challenge. Limited knowledge. Then another person is saying, I've never used it. Navigating the USE Easy portal, transfer of funds, confusing to navigate, changing a broker. I do not know a lot about it, completing transactions, unstable network. Then it's hard to buy shares. Most of us, actually, the thing that is coming out is navigation, knowledge gap, never used it, limited knowledge, not tried. Yeah, most of us have not tried it. The purchase, some of us are not sure about the purchase information. That is what we are supposed to be using, the transfer of funds. We're having then some of us are saying, yeah, use the primary dealer. That is especially for those that have probably done government securities. Then linking the SCD account has been your challenge. Getting to link that SCD account because you first open and then someone is saying, I also can't link my SCD account. None of it is user friendly. I think that is what also someone is saying. Then approvals on the Easy portal were the biggest challenge, that they never got those approvals coming through. Sometimes it's network. Yeah, just trying to see another one. Another person is saying that I haven't tried as well. So those are really the key things that are coming out, Dorothy, just to pay attention, linking the SCD accounts, never used it, limited knowledge, navigation, knowledge gap. That is what our listeners are having a challenge with. Then what features or improvements would you want to see on the USE technologies? What improvements would you want to see on these platforms? On the Easy portal, on the USSD, what improvements would you want? Linking of the SCD account. Have an application. Some of you are saying, please have an app. It's much easier. Then someone is saying, yes, to see. Never used it. Then practical help. People want practical help, people to actually help them. Then online chats. That means the ability to have maybe to talk to a chatbot or probably to talk to a real live person. So that's also a possibility. Possibly an app, user-friendly interface. Okay. Availability of shares, because I think some of you have tried to buy, but then you never got the shares, isn't it? Integration of stocks and bonds, guidance on how to use it, linking of the USE accounts. I think that is very important for you. And some of you are saying we want the secondary bond market. Yeah, you are right. We also want it. We also want to see you have it live there so that it's easy for you. Then instant purchase. We want instant purchase. You don't want to send money, then the money takes long because of no availability of shares. People want that there should be instant purchase. There should be shares or bonds that I am ready to buy. Yeah, so much for that. And those have really come out for us and really truly understand them. So WhatsApp contact, someone is saying we would want a WhatsApp contact to assist in the event that we are challenged. So I think that you're right. I've seen some applications like the DSTV platforms have some of those improvements to be able to guide the clients. I think it's also something that we can be able to also integrate and improve the user experience for the clients. So I would love to end it here. That is what we had for today. And I really want to thank you for your participation. I also see there are some people who are also responding to us here who never used the link, but were able to use that chat section. And so I want to thank you so much for really coming through. So today, for today's webinar, we have our panelists. We have Dorothy Ainomugisha. She's an experienced person in lady, actually, in tech. So everything tech, she's really good at it. She understands systems very well, development of systems. So she works with us here at the Uganda Securities Exchange, specifically with a central the Securities Central Depository team, the SCD team. That's where she supports and the clients in getting those approvals done, ensuring that the systems are not down. Any challenges that we are having, she's really our point of contact, and we really want to welcome you, Dorothy, today to be able to share with our investors. We also have Kassimu as well from Dan Blair, Uganda, and Kassimu has been here on previous webinars answering all your questions in regards to the bond market, equities market, and he's also yet here again to be able to share with you what is upcoming in our market, and also to just maybe share a bit of experience of what it has been for clients who have been able to use the systems. So he'll be coming in at the end when we are having a Q&A session. So you'll be hearing from him. But without further ado, I would want to invite Dorothy to speak to us. She'll be sharing a presentation shortly to be able to guide us and walk us through. And remember, this is part one of the session. We are going to have other parts in regards to technology because people really want a walkthrough and all those things. And so Dorothy is here to support and begin the journey for us. Over to you, Dorothy.
Hello, Susan, can you confirm if you can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, my dear. We can.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay, and you can see my photo as well.
Yes, we can.
Yeah. All right, great. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining. Well, I had planned a script of what to follow from the beginning to the end, but my Metimeter has decided to scatter everything. So let me see where to start from based on what the feedback that has been shared. So today we're going to look at SCD account opening. So we have three ways of opening an SCD account. We have the manual way, which is going to your broker. You're provided with paperwork that you fill in. The broker enters you into the system. They send the paperwork to the depository, and then we authorize your account. That process takes in between about 48 hours, depending on the time that the broker receives the paperwork. Then the second method is the USSD method, where you use your small phone. You dial *165 *65 hash or *185 *7 with Airtel. And then we also have the third way, which is using the Easy Portal. With the Easy Portal, we're going to look at how we can open an account using the Easy Portal as well. So today, let us start with I will be looking at two ways, which is the USSD, and then the Easy Portal, because I'm pretty sure most of you are well acquainted with the manual way of going to the broker. Okay. So opening a USSD account, we have two different telecom companies we work with. We work with MTN and also Airtel. So with MTN, you dial *165 *65 hash. You apply for option 1, which is apply for SCD account on MTN. Then you enter your national ID number. So your national ID number is the main indicator of who you are. It's what helps us identify you, that even if you try to open up a different SCD account on a different device or in a different way, we'll still be able to tell by that national ID, that number that you have provided to us. Then from there, you go to number 3, which is select broker. You select your most preferred broker. We have 5 brokers. We have SPG Securities. We have Old Mutual Group. We have Crested Capital. We have Dare & Blair, and then Cheaper Technologies. So you pick, you choose whichever you'd want to work with. Then after that, you enter option 1 to accept the terms and conditions. You enter your normal PIN, and then you will receive a message showing you your SCD number. So these steps do not differ so much. They're literally the same in Airtel. The only difference is that the code changes, because in MTN you use *165 *65 hash, and then for Airtel you use *185 *7 hash. You go to investments, click on Uganda Securities Exchange, then apply for SCD account, enter NIN number, select broker, and then all the other details are all the same. So that's one of the easiest ways of opening up an SCD number. So usually whenever someone opens up an SCD number using the USSD, we would also request them to visit their broker, the one they would have chosen on the SCD, on the USSD, so that they can provide their KYC, such as source of funds, their full names, their address, and all of that, because that is not provided for when you're filling in the USSD details. So how do we purchase equities, buy and sell equities on USSD? The code is still the same. It's *165 *65 hash for MTN and *185 *7 hash for Airtel. So here you're given different options. Buy shares. There are different options on the first menu, and then with that, when you're buying, you buy shares. You select the broker under which you want to buy shares. This is because in most cases, most of the clients have, let's say, up to 2 brokers. So if in case you have, let's say, Crested Capital and SPG, you click which broker you want to purchase with. So assuming this time around you're going with Crested, you select the broker. Then after that, you select the security that you would have, that you would want to buy. Usually they are lined up with the amount of with their share price for the day. You enter the number of shares you want to buy, enter share price, you enter the share price that is provided, enter your Momo PIN, and then you receive a transaction message. So usually I usually tell my clients to keep the transaction message, so that in case of anything, let's say the shares are not bought within the specific period of time they're supposed to be bought, it is shared with us. We'll track the funds just in case the broker did not receive them. So this does, the buy process does not differ so much from the sell process. It's all the same. The only difference here is that you're selling what you already have. So it's the same codes that you have to dial. You click, instead of buying shares this time around, you click sell shares. You select your broker, select the security, enter the number of shares you'd want to sell and the sell price that is provided for that day, and then you enter your Momo PIN. So in most cases also, whenever the brokers receive these orders, they reach out to the clients, because since they already have a database of your details, they tend to reach out to clients to confirm the orders that have been sent by the client. And then they always keep in touch with you so that they can send you your sell order or your buy order. So now we look at the SCD account opening on EasyPortal. So one thing I would like to clarify is that in most cases, people confuse having an EasyPortal account and having an SCD account as the same thing. An SCD account is that 6-digit number. For some of you who have been in the US, who have been investing for quite a while, it is 5 digits. So having that number does not qualify you to having an EasyPortal account. This is where the EasyPortal linking comes in, but we shall speak about the EasyPortal linking a bit later. So you can open up your an SCD account using the EasyPortal. But then again, you can also link your SCD. If you already have an SCD account number, you can link it to the EasyPortal account. It's basically just like how you have a bank account. You have that account number and all of that. But before you can use the application, you must be I don't know if it's still the same thing right now, but before you'd have to go to the bank and then they activate your settings for you to access their application. So how to open up an SCD account on the EasyPortal. So you go to the EasyPortal, scd.use.or.ug. That's our link. So you sign up and enter your details. On the login page, there's always a button that shows sign up. And then after signing up, you access your dashboard. So this dashboard usually has a button that has link already have an existing account or create a new account. So in this case, you click create a new create an open SCD account. So once you click create SCD account, you are required to input all your details, which is your names, actually all your biodata that is required. Then upload a national ID and your passport size photo, and then you click submit. So once you click submit, it is submitted to your broker, the broker you will have chosen. The broker will verify the account details that you have provided. If the information that you have provided in the form matches what is on your national ID, and then they verify and then the application is sent to the depository. So the depository does the second authorization after doing the second check, just to make sure that everything that you have provided is what is required of you. So right after the authorization in the depository, your account is created. So this does not differ so much from the account linkage. The only difference is that in account linkage, we already have your NIN number, which is the main indicator of who you are, and then your phone number. So you go to the same website, the EasyPortal website, you sign up and enter your details. So this is in this case, when you're clicking an account you're creating, you have to first create an EasyPortal account. So after creating the account, that is after inputting in all your details. So we'll change the format a bit, that in the login page, you input your email address, and then a code, an OTP is sent to your email address, and then you're able to access the registration page. Once you get into the dashboard, you are given an option of linking your SCD account or opening an SCD account. So in that case, you click on link SCD account or already have an existing account. On that is where you click and then you put in the SCD number. Most of you, when you receive your SCD number, they have about 7 zeros leading up to another digit, which is let's say 421384. So you leave out the zeros and you only input the 6 digits. For example, as you've seen here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then after that, you input your contact information, provide the email address and phone number that is linked to your SCD number as you are opening it, either via USSD or through the broker. After that, you submit, and at that point in time, there is no need for verification from the broker or even double authentication, double authorization from the depository. Your account is opened instantly there and then. So this happens on the website. Yeah. And then it also happens on the application. So I did see in the Mentimeter, most of you were mentioning about having an application for the USE Easy Portal. Well, I'm glad to inform you that we do have it currently, mostly for the Android phones. It is up on Google Play Store. Yeah, it's up on Google Play Store, so you can go ahead and download it. The name is USE Easy Portal, and there are quite a lot of adjustments we have made and additions that we have made as well. So I'm going to take you through the basics of it. Usually, whenever we're all learning how to use an application, we prefer learn. I don't know how about you guys, but I prefer learning the application by myself rather than someone telling me about it, because there I'm free to navigate whatever I want. So in this case, I'm going to give insight on the main functions of the Easy Portal, especially on buying of equities, and then the other bits will be touched during the part 2 of the webinar. So, as I mentioned before, this is the same login feature as the website. So we no longer use passwords. What we use is the OTP that is sent to your email address. So in this case, we no longer have to remember passwords. What did I use the first time and all of that? So everything is sent immediately to your email address. And an OTP is sent to you that you input to verify your identity. And then your dashboard is open. So here we are assuming that you already have a USSD account, an SCD account number linked to your Easy Portal account, to your Easy Portal. So this is the portfolio, the first dashboard, the home page of the application. So on the home page, we have the portfolio value, which equates to how much your shares are worth that time, depending on how many shares holdings you have. It could be Bobo, it could be MTN, Airtel, all of them. So they all amount to this value, depending on the market price of that day. And then you have a few ads here, then the market overview. A market overview which highlights the market share index, the gainers, losers, and the most active holdings. And this can be seen here. The gainers, the ones that are gaining the most. Gainers means holdings that have been, whose share has increased, price share has increased. Losers shows the price share that has decreased. And then most active, the ones that are trading the most for that particular day. Then the USE All Share Index is, this one is usually for the previous day, given the fact that since on that exact day you're still trading, so it can't be fully. It can't be fully for that exact day, so it is usually for the previous day. So off the home button, we have the markets button menu here. So the markets has two functionalities. It has a toggle button up here, as you can see. So one main thing that I'd forgotten is that it always shows you if the market is open or closed. And if it is closed, this will be in orange. When it is open, it is in green. So the toggle button shows you equities and then government securities. So if that day you've gotten into the application to deal with equities, you keep it on equities. And if you're dealing with government securities, you click onto government securities. Now, for example, these are the government securities we had at that time when I took a screenshot. And then for the equities, this is what we have there. We also have a functionality whereby they are all put different industries. Now, for example, this is all of them. You can have the airline, which will include, let's say, Kenya Airways, then banks and finance, which will have DFCU. Then you'll have telecom industries or IT, which will have MTN, Airtel, and all of that. So it groups them according to whichever sector they fall under. So away from the toggle button or where the markets can be found, now we look at how to buy equities. So for the buying equities, we go to the trade. Now this is the main button where the trading happens. So when you go to the trade button, you're given the different options that are open, the different holdings. that are there on that particular day, or that you have been actually trying to purchase. Now, all these I was trying to purchase using the application. When you want to start a new trade, you click new trade. So when you click new trade, you'll have an option here of being taken to either buy or sell. This is also another different toggle button whereby it reduces the number of times you have to navigate into the application. So it just makes the work smooth. So if you're to buy, you click whichever whichever holding you'd like to buy, and then it brings you to such a page where you input your details. You select your broker, you put the quantity that you'd want to buy, the total, and then you review the order, and then go ahead and make the payments. For the sale, as I said before, you do the toggle button, you go to the sale. So let's say, for example, you want to sell SBG. It will give you how much you have, the amount of shares you have. Then you select the broker you want to sell under, and then the amount of shares you would like to sell. And then you review order and submit. We have a portfolio button as well. So in the portfolio button, this is where we have all the different shares that you hold. So this now, for example, in this account, there is Bank of Baroda, there is SBG, and how much it is for that particular day. It usually indicates the amount of money it is selling at that particular day. Now, for example, let's say today Stanbic Uganda Holdings is on 82. So here it would indicate, let's say 8,200. If Bobo increases by, let's say 1 shilling, here it would be more expensive. It would be about 6.1, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So it basically gives you an outline of everything, of all your shares that you have or that you hold. So this, when you click here, this thing that looks like a watch, it gives you your trade history, what you have been trying to buy. I'll let you guys navigate it yourselves. It will show you what you have been trying to buy, what you have been trying to purchase, the buys you've tried to make, the sales, the failed sales, the pending sales, and all of that. And then away from the portfolio, we come to the account side. So on the account side, we have your details. So you have your name, your email address, which you can edit from here. Then you have your personal information. You have the security. You can decide to use, for those ones who have the good smartphones, you can decide to use your fingerprint to sign in to the app, or like secure it with a fingerprint aside from only receiving the OTP password. And then this one, open SCD account, maybe for somebody else, but in most cases, usually whenever people are logging to the application without an SCD account, this is where they have to go to apply for an SCD account. This is the same thing for those ones who also are not linked only to the SCD account. So we have the notifications, we have the appearance, and then slightly, if you are logged in fully, it will show you. It will also have an option of you having a bank statement. If you go further down, I didn't take a full screenshot, but you can get your shareholding statement for all the different shares that you have, so that you can also you have, let's say, soft copy, should I call it backup or evidence, in case those ones usually go to request for visas and all of that. You can always get it from there. So you put in the period of time you want to find out when you got for the shares that you have bought. Let's say from January to July, and then it will provide you a statement on your email address. It will be shared on your email address that you can print out. Yes. For now, I believe that is it. Then one thing I'd also like to clarify on is that once you are buying shares, or once you place in an order for shares, it takes 3 days. It's 33. It takes 3 trading days. So, for example, if you put in a buy order today, you count, let's say on Monday, you count Tuesday, Wednesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That is when it that is when it settles into the account. It is not an instant thing. I did see somewhere where they mentioned that they would want to see the shares come up there and then I'll show up. We are currently working on that in the background, and hopefully when it is ready, it shall be presented. But for now, that is what it is. It is 3 days. It is not instant there and then because we have 3 settling days. For the, let me see, I was told about navigation. Navigation, we have gone through the application, making SCD instant purchase. So one other minor bit I would like to show to inform is that soon we'll be providing a new interface for the web as well. Those ones that usually use the web, something that will be easier for you to navigate, because we have realized that there's been quite a lot of issues, people trying to navigate the platform online. So we will be providing something hopefully soon that will work for you, and most probably in part 2, it will be maybe it's what will be presented. That will depend on what my bosses say, John and Susan. Yeah, so for now, that is what I had for you. Susan, you can take it up now.
Thank you so much, Dorothy, indeed, for that presentation. And there are already comments and questions. If you have a question, please feel free to post it in the chat section. But already we did have comments coming in. People are asking that what is SCD in full? Of course, SCD is Securities Central Depository Account. So the account that holds securities, what you buy, that is the equities, the bonds, all the share, those assets that you're able to buy, the intangibles. So it's figuratively, if you could think, it would be more or less like your bank account. Bank account holds money, but this one holds specifically securities. So just like Dorothy has been able to explain, once you buy the securities, that is where they are credited. And then as Joel Kalunji, you say that it's a month that since you purchased shares using the USSD, money was deducted from your portal, but does not reflect a purchase. Following up with the broker, they were unaware. They were the brokers since I had an account using the Easy Portal. So I think, of course, you're saying that there are several gaps with the technology, and that, of course, affects the confidence. Now, what maybe Dorothy can also speak to this is that you will find that the people that open using USSD, USSD is very good platform for us to open up our accounts, but then also in its nature, it's not also very complete, if I could call it that, because it doesn't allow a lot of the features. And I believe Dorothy and the tech team are also working to find a way of really adding that extra KYC, that is the know your client, and more information being gathered. So you'll find that when you open up with a USSD, the only thing that you putting there is, for example, you're putting in your national ID, you're selecting the broker. On the back end, it does match the national ID. It already, because these systems are linked on the back end with Airtel and MTN, and also they are also linked back to NIRA to really prove that actually this is one and the same person, and then eventually an SCD account is given to you in a message. However, details like an email address are not captured. And of course, when that is not captured, you will find that now you will buy the shares, but then you're saying, how do I access them? That is why you see now you have to come back to the Easy Portal to be able to now update your details. But maybe, Dorothy, you can speak more to how a person who opened up with USSD can now transition immediately into the Easy Portal. How do they do that so they can now be able to see their shares? Because I must assure you, Joel, if the money was deducted, those shares were purchased. they are there. Even the broker, it can be able to comfortably see you on their system on their end, because they also have easy portal for the broker side, so they can be able they can easily type in and they're able to trace Joel. But however, what they do not have is that email address and all these other details, and that is now where you would need more support as well. Dorothy, over to you.
Okay, so thank you very much, Susan, for that. Just to add on what Susan has said, I would like to note that, as I mentioned before, after using USSD, we usually advise the clients to go to the particular broker they've opened up the account with, to go and fill in the particular KYC, which is know your customer, so that they can have complete details, and then the brokers are able to reach out to them. So there are clients that purchase shares using USSD. There are different brokers that would want a client to first provide full KYC before they can go ahead and place an order. We do have them, but I would suggest you speak to your broker first to confirm. And two, just like any tech company, or there are always some few lapses and all of that, and we also get to know that money hangs at times. Usually in such cases, we ask clients to reach out to us direct. We do have an email, depository@use.or.ug. I'll put it in the chat, where you can usually write your complaints. This is usually responded to, and then we usually follow up on the inquiries, or most cases funds that are missing, and then we make sure at least you get your shares, or if you're no longer interested in buying the shares, the broker gets to refund the money. So in such cases, if it goes over a week and you haven't seen your shares on your account, I would suggest you write to our email address, and then you'll be helped promptly right from there. And also to complete the SCD, I saw a question somewhere, what is the difference between SCD and CSD? So this came about due to the fact that the Bank of Uganda has a CSD. So there's no way that the USE could open another CSD, but rather we had to exchange the names for the S to come first and then the C to come next. So it is the same thing. Central Securities Depository, then Securities Central Depository. It is basically the same thing. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much, Dorothy. So what Dorothy is saying, that if you open up an account using USSD, please immediately get in touch with a broker that you have selected, so that you can let them know that you have opened, so that you can be able to finish that other leg of getting that those extra details in. Or if not, you can also reach out to the depository at use.or.ug, and then they'll be able to also to alert the broker to be able to conclude the process with you. Now, USSD was designed for a client who really urgently needs to be able to secure a purchase, especially in taking opportunity of prices and all these other things. So it's the quickest way to really get your transaction through. And also the USSD was also designed during that time when because for the very first time in Uganda, in Africa, we had people buying shares on using a phone, and that was done here, and that was during the MTN IPO. So of course we have maintained the same even after the initial public offer. So usually this is the USSD specifically, as you see, it's a feature item. It's very short and it doesn't take a lot of characters. If it would take more characters, you'd find that probably would include email address, even the bank details, we would capture all those things. But because it takes a few characters, but also even the time when you're running the USSDs, if you've even tried to send mobile money, the moment you take you log in a few seconds later, you'll find that you'll have to repeat the process. So you find that USSD is usually for fast account opening, fast transactions, and of course during the application process for IPOs, it's really the best technology. But then we have to come update our details, and then we shall be good to go. Even your details are really crucial, especially that email, because remember, the brokers want to send you reports, they want to send you updates of what is happening in the market. So that is a very critical step that we need to do. Over to you again, Dorothy. Someone is saying here, I guess Michael is saying that, and also Ruth, I think they have more or less the same. When I want to change a broker, how do I go about it? That is Diana Ruth. And then also, I guess I'm saying I switched brokers, but MTN hasn't updated both the old and the new brokers. They say they have no idea what is, and then of course, I guess I was going to the MTN customer care center, which has no idea of how the USE works, and they say they also emailed us, but they did not get a response. So about broker change, how can this be effected properly? How does someone go about it? And how is that if someone has now successfully changed their broker, how can this come and be reflected back into the USSD code so that now, I guess if he has probably changed from, say, Crested Capital to Old Mutual, now on his USSD, he'll be able to see the new broker, Old Mutual. Over to you, Dorothy.
Okay, so if I remember correct, how to change your broker. So this is something that is very important because for every broker you go to, they would also require KYC. So in most cases, we would not have it on the application because one has to go to the particular broker they want to work with and then fill in KYC. Now, this KYC is not only USE KYC, but also that particular broker's KYC, given the fact that they're also an independent company. So if you do want to change a broker, choose the particular broker you'd want to go to. In case you're not able to go there physically, or you do not know how to contact them, you write an email to depository and we will forward you to that particular broker. Case to notice that we do not advise clients on which broker to use. That's against our policies. I will not come and tell you use so and so, but rather you have to email knowing the broker you'd want to work with, and then we shall get you in contact with them. So the person who mentioned about changing MTN to change broker. No, so MTN is one of our ways, one of our channels on how we get to clients. They do not have all our details. We are currently working with them on changing some of the things, integrating our system into their application a little bit more. But when you want to change a broker, you do not go to MTN. You come to us, or you go to that particular broker you'd like to change to, and then fill in the particular work, and then you are registered under that particular broker. So how do you know that so and so is your broker? When you open let me share with you my screen. Once you open the application or on the web system, and if I can, I don't know how I'm going to zoom this in. There is a bit here that is showing bit12. This is where you see your broker from. So you're able to tell that I'm under so and so, I'm under so and so. And if you're using USSD, you will have when you're buying shares, they always list your brokers for you when you're choosing which broker to buy shares under or to sell shares under. So you always have those particular brokers listed for you. So you can have all the brokers on your list. You can decide to have all the 5 brokers. They'll always be listed for you on your account, on Easy Portal, as well as on your USSD as well. I hope I've answered the question.
Maybe also on that as well, still sticking with that question, maybe if the person wanted to know, okay, they went to the broker and they changed the broker, and actually the changes were made, they were linked to the new broker. How is that process automatic on the USSD platform, that they will now be able to see the new broker they have been linked to? Is that possible?
Yes, as soon as you're registered under that new broker, your details are updated there and then. So whether USSD or Easy Portal, they always show, they're always indicated.
Okay. Still staying with that question, Dorothy. So we have clients that may ask that they need to, maybe for our clients' information, they need to know is that when you request to be linked to another broker, sometimes the client says that I want to get a new link, I want to open up with another broker. The SCD account remains the same, but you'll find that on the menu, you're still linked to, you still see the new broker, Old Mutual, but then probably also seeing Crested Capital. So is there a way that if the client goes to the new broker that they want, they can say, you know what, completely cut me off from Crested Capital and let me only use Old Mutual? Is that a possibility? Because usually the clients want to do one leg this side and one leg the other. so that maybe people like Egesa don't have those challenges. I think they need to be clear. What do you think about that, Dorothy? Is it possible for us to completely cut off from the older the older broker that I have? I can do away with them.
Yes, it's very possible. All you have to do is just fill in paperwork with that particular broker, or reach out to that particular broker and tell them that you are changing broker. Or usually that can be a little bit tricky. You just inform your new broker and you're like, is it possible to request the depository to delete my old broker? It's very, very possible. So whichever is easier for you, whether contacting the old broker or the new broker, it's easy. Yeah, it can be done.
Okay. So I hope our investors, you're listening, that sometimes you may link to a new broker, but the old broker still stays intact because you never gave a clear instruction, because probably the client says maybe you want to use the both of them, you know, for different things. And then if you know that you're going to, maybe you want to stick and use and one broker entirely, and you know that you still have holdings with the old broker, you need to start a transfer process. So there is a process of transferring shares from one broker to another. Of course, you have to go to the old one. The old one will sign you off. And then also the new broker will also bring paperwork that is receiving the new holdings. And then the Uganda Securities Exchange here, the depository, the team will be able now to move, because they see clear instructions. They see clear instructions from the old broker that you have, and also clear instructions from the new broker that you are now committing to. So there is no challenge, there is no problem in sticking with that too. There is no challenge in remaining with one, but be clear with your instructions to the broker that you are choosing. We have seen clients over time says, but you people, I have 10,000 shares of MTN. How come I'm seeing only 8,000? In most cases, you'll find that that particular client has not even seen what they have probably seen what they only have with what? With one particular broker. And that is where the Uganda Securities Exchange Easy Portal, where the Easy Portal comes in handy. Because in the Easy Portal, it is not going to only show you what you have with Crested. It's going to show you what you have with all the brokers. So all you're going to do is start, because it will show you these are the two brokers that you have. As Dorothy was indicating, there is a dashboard. The dashboard will show you have SBG Securities, you have with, so that now you have the totality of your shares underneath. If you want a comprehensive statement for your particular account, please, again, you write to the depository at the use.or.ug, because for them now they can extract really what is also out of the depository, because remember, the SCD account is one and the same. Still sticking to this issue about brokers and linkages and everything. There are also clients who go, and this happened especially right now. It's very hard to happen, because when you use your national ID, it will already tell us that the national ID exists. So that means it will just pop up and show you the current SCD account that is there. So it's very hard for people to duplicate accounts. So you find that in the past, when we used to use the LC chairman's ID, Simanya campus ID, you find that now Egesa Michael can appear in the depository 2 times. So that means that Egesa Michael has 2 different SCD accounts. So if we have such investors here, we can also work out a process to ensure that now we merge all the holdings that you have into one Securities Central Depository account. The other account will be closed so that you have one and then you're not being confused. So we also have those, but those ones usually happen especially for people that had already previously opened up accounts with different IDs. Now, when the national ID came as the ID of choice and what is integrated in the system, you'll find that yes, you can open up and the account will come, because for it, the other side, it's not recognizing the other account with the LC chairman's ID. However, right now in our current ecosystem, the moment you enter in the national ID, it has to first go and verify and ensure that Egesa Michael is not existing there, and then it can create for you. So I hope those things are very clear going forward. Yes, Dorothy.
Sorry to cut you off. I think I forgot the iOS people. Okay, so for the application, it will be on iOS hopefully very soon. We do know that Apple usually likes taking its time. It's very cautious about who uses their platform. So the Easy Portal application for iOS will be up, and hopefully in the part 2 of this segment, it will be communicated as well, but it is currently in test, and hopefully soon it will be up. Currently, those on Android can have it. Go ahead, download, and then share feedback. Yeah, that's what I want to say.
Thank you so much, Dorothy. Thank you, thank you. So I hope we have gotten clear. So for those that have Android, app is already available. For those ones who have iPhones, stay tuned. We are going to let you know exactly when it will be up. So I hope we have understood and gotten clarity in regards to broker linkage. So Francis is also here saying that I have a pending order for many weeks. I think what Francis I would want to understand is which order, which security. And I know that a pending order can be there and it can take time because maybe there is limited or no supply of shares. So we would want to know what counter you are trying to buy, which company you are trying to buy, so that we can be able to support. Also, do send through an email to depository@use.or.ug and we can be able to take it up with the broker. Yes. So so someone was saying, how do I add my number to my SCD account? So I don't think, Joel, that it is possible for you to add a phone number to your SCD. You want to add a new number because already when you're opening up, you must have a phone contact. Maybe do you want to add a new number? It is very possible. If you want to add a new phone number, you, of course, through your broker, because brokers are the ones who handle the amendments. Please, you go through them and then you indicate to them either a second phone number that you want them to add, or maybe you want to change a phone number. You go directly to them and they'll be able to effect that particular change. Then someone says that this is Linda, created a new SCD, shows the application was confirmed, given a number, but it's still not linked to the portal and no option for linking. Dorothy, where do you think Linda is not getting it? Which screen should she be looking to link the particular account? She says,
can you read the
yes.
question again?
Linda created a new SCD. It shows the application was confirmed, given a number, but it's not linked to the portal and no option for linking.
How did they open the account? They used Easy Portal.
Because they're saying the application was confirmed. So Linda, maybe you confirm. Did you use the Easy Portal or you used the USSD? Which platform did you use?
Because in most cases, we do have clients that confuse, given the fact that you already have an SCD number, that you can automatically get into the Easy Portal. As I mentioned before, in the at the beginning, you'd have to create an Easy Portal account and then link your SCD number. So by presumption, let me assume that you opened via, let's say, USSD or with a broker. You'd have to create you'd have to create an Easy Portal account and then go ahead and do the linkage with the steps that I provided earlier on. If not, if you use the Easy Portal and then it does not direct you once you have finished linking, okay, let's say you've started your application and then when you link your account, it does not take you straight to your account or to your dashboard, sorry. Kindly write an email to depository, then that means it is a technical issue, but which is rare. It's a 1 out of 100 kind of situation. So in case that is the case, write to us. But if you didn't use the Easy Portal to open up your account, kindly open an Easy Portal account and then link your SCD number to it.
Thank you so much, Dorothy. So for those that have their hands up, I see there's some hands up. Please type in the chat section. That's how we are receiving the questions. And we're in. So Ivan Daniel Odompini, you're saying that how can you be helped? I think you have a pending order since March. Please write to us at depository@use.or.ug and then we can follow up with the broker to see what's causing the pending issue on the system. Then how long does it take to buy and sell shares from a buy or sell order when you get the shares or a cash account for sale? So Mutuzo is asking how long does it take to buy and sell shares? That is to say from a buy or sell order when you get the shares in their account or cash in the account. for sale. Maybe just to quickly answer this, Mutuzo, the moment you place in your order, as long as the price is right and the price is matched, that is for a sale order. That means there is a buyer who is willing to sell at your price, to buy at your price. And then for the buy order, your price is also matching with the sale, but also the shares are readily available. Just like Dorothy mentioned earlier, it will take you 3 days, 3 working days. So it's T+3, that is our settlement cycle for equities. It will take 3 days for those shares to be able to reflect in your account. And it will also take 3 days for your payment to be released. But of course, you know how payments are done by EFT, electronic funds transfer from the broker to your account. So of course, an EFT payment, maybe you'd give it a day and it will be able to reflect. Some banks are very quick and it actually can reflect on that very day, but it's until on the settlement cycle of 3 days, your money has already been released to you. And of course, even the shares are already reflecting back into your SCD account. And then you can also be able to view them on the Easy portal. And then Christine, you're saying that still having issues linking the SCD account to Easy Portal, sent several emails to USE, but no response. I am maybe Christine, this directly forward this email to depository at use.or.ug. That is the email that you'll get. I don't know which email you used, but the depository email that we have shared, that one you will get a very fast and quick response. Then how do I know which company is the best to buy shares in? That is from Dr. Sam Mabike. Of course, Sam, we shall be able to refer you to your brokers, but also we have Kassimu on the call who can also quickly give a response to this. Kassimu, how do I know which company is the best to buy shares in? What tips would we be able to give to Dr. Sam? Over to you, Kassimu.
Good morning, Susan. Please confirm if you can hear me.
Yes, I can. We can.
Oh, yes. So, how do I know which shares are best to buy at the moment? Most of the times, it takes more than just looking at the share. It takes time for you to analyze the company itself and how it has been performing in the past maybe 1 or 2 years and the projections that we would be having for the company's performance. Some have been sold that have been performing well, for example, in the past 2 to 3 years. They have been sold and they're still having a great trajectory. So most of the time, what you have to do is, if you cannot do this for yourself, you can reach out to your broker. This information is free of charge. So you get to discuss with your broker because you have different goals, different objectives, but most of the times equities are long term. So you buy hoping that there'll be capital appreciation in the long term, and you'll be looking at maybe also getting dividends. So in order for you to know what to buy, maybe use your broker. Most of the times, if you cannot sit down and analyze these things yourself, look at your broker. They will take you through and give you reasons as why they are recommending that particular share counter that you should be buying at a particular time, and that should do.
Thank you so much, Kassimu. Yeah. Thank you so much, Kassimu. Yes, it's very important, and that's why we are really emphasizing, please, your broker has to have all your information, including the email address, because they're going to be sending recommendation on the different counters, especially when even full year and half year results come out. And actually, we are in the seasons of release of the half year results already. Today in the dailies, I'm seeing DFCU Bank, so those will be critical. Now they'll get to analyzing the half year results and release different papers in regards to the performance. Kampurira, you're appreciating the information we are doing, and you're saying that we should continue doing the same. Indeed, we commit to continuing to educate our investors until everyone is comfortable using the systems and are knowledgeable about the Uganda Securities Exchange. Now, Stephen Mwanga Sevume, you're saying, is it now, and this is a question for you, Dorothy, is it now possible for one who has more than one SCD account to be on one dashboard? That means my SCD account, Sevume is saying I have a SCD account 2456 and I have also SCD 2458. Is it possible for all of them to be on one dashboard?
Okay. First things first. Every client, or sorry, every shareholder is advised to have one account, one SCD number, one SCD account for proper management. And as of now, I don't know exactly which rule, but we can't. Our application or the Easy Portal is 1-to-1. So even if you have an ITF, you cannot link it to your account as yet. We are looking into that option, but specifically for the ITF accounts. And this is because for an individual, you must have only one SCD account. So if you have, let's say, a CSD account from Bank of Uganda or from a bank, you cannot. It is not. How should I say it? I don't use it is not ours, but it cannot be integrated into our system. It was created under different, using a different system. Who knows, maybe anytime soon we could merge with them, but that is not for me to say. For now, if it is under USE, if your account is under USE, you'll be able to see your holdings on our Easy Portal account. And if you have different SCD numbers, let's say you opened one using your passport, another using your local LC card, another using your NIN number, we do advise that you consolidate all the accounts into one for easy management. Yes. For now, we have not yet we've not done the thing whereby all accounts are on one dashboard, but we are looking into the possibility of having maybe ITFs, maybe. Yeah. And if it does go through, you will know, it will be communicated.
Thank you so much. In other words, Stephen, if you want to stop managing so many accounts, having to logging into so many accounts, we would advise that you just transfer all the holdings on one account to one SCD account, so that now you just have one account to manage. That is what we would advise. If you want to have two brokers, you can still have two brokers, but with just one singular SCD account instead of having multiple SCD accounts. So I hope that is very clear. Then Francis, you're saying that do we have matchmakers to speed up order completion? Pending for weeks is not good. And I'm sure this is as a result of price, isn't it? That the order hasn't yet been matched on the system because of price. So this is feedback that we're also going to take up, and also feedback that we're also going to take up with the brokers to also see how better we can, the user experience can be, that people who make instructions or using USSD can get on-time execution of their orders that very day, especially if there's availability of shares, but maybe price could be the challenge. Yeah. Davis is asking, is USE regulated by BOU? How am I sure that my funds are safe? The USE is not regulated by BOU, but we are regulated by the Capital Markets Authority. We are also a self-regulatory organization, and that is a status that we acquired this year from still the Capital Markets Authority. What does that mean? That the USE has the ability to be able to look after and provide oversight for all the investors, their funds, the money that is coming in, and also be able to have oversight over all their participants, that is the brokers, the custodians, and to also penalize for anything that may not be going right in the market. So we are an organization that really, and a market that really can do all the things that a regulator can be able to do. But of course, that doesn't also stop our regulator also from looking into our operations. So what are we saying? The funds are safe. Maybe also to give you further comfort is that the USE is also the one that is in charge in that settlement process. The USE is there. It is able to see the movement of money, especially on the equities. They are actually actively in the settlement process of moving money. And also the USE is the only one that actually can also move shares and not the brokers. So you are safe on that regard, Davis. Just to confirm, this buy and sell feature is not currently available out of Uganda, right? Just tried and response is not authenticated. Dorothy, the buy and sell feature, it seems that Innocent Kileo is out of the country, is not in Uganda. He's asking, is this possible when he's abroad?
Yes, Kilo. Yeah, it is possible. It is very possible. Kindly share a screenshot of whatever you're seeing on depository at USE, and maybe we can look into it. Chances are it is a different issue, but it is very possible, especially because most of our clients, most of our shareholders are East African citizens. So it is that the platform is made possible to like it should be able to accommodate everyone. So that's why we have options of paying via mobile money or Visa and MasterCard.
Okay. And one thing I've noticed about mobile money, it's even able to use, you can be able to use your mobile money even when you're outside the country. It is very possible. So, Innocent, please share, and then we see how to support you with that inquiry. Then when Christine is asking, when linking the SCD account, we have to put the account number as it is. This is for the old account numbers. When linking the SCD account, we have to put the old account number, put the account number as it is. This is for the old account numbers, Dorothy.
Yes, that is what you do. And one thing I've realized is that when with those old phone with the old accounts, most people do not update them. So hopefully your account details are updated with the right phone number. Let's say if you're using a different phone number from what you're using them, you'll need to first update your details with your broker. But yes, it is very possible.
Thank you. Mutuzo, can you buy bills and bonds via the Easy Portal? Yes, it is possible. You can be able to buy, especially for the primary auction leg. That one is there. So a week prior to the auctions, we already have those loaded in. And so you can be able to send your money via mobile money. Select your broker, select the security, and we'll be able to have it. Then Philip Owundo is asking, who can help reset my Easy Portal access PIN? Dorothy.
Okay, as I mentioned earlier, the new dashboard, you do not require a password. The only thing you need is your email address, and then an OTP or a verification code is sent to your email address, and then you're able to you're able to access your dashboard. But if by any chance, if the email address you registered in the system with us is not the one you are currently using, you will not be able to access your dashboard. So you have to make sure that the email address you registered with us in the CSD is the same that you're using to access Easy Portal, and it's the one that you use to open Easy Portal account.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dorothy. Then someone says, Frank says that I opened an account online, but on the portal it shows I'm a foreigner, yet I'm a citizen. So he's saying that the way he's been categorized as a foreigner. What can they do, Dorothy? That is Frank.
Frank, kindly reach out to your broker. Reach out to your broker so that you can do work on it as soon as possible.
Yes, actually, that is very critical, Frank, because when you have shares that affects your tax status, foreigners are charged more tax than the locals. So you didn't want to have that on you for a very long time, especially now that you're starting to accumulate shares. That means the dividends, when they are being, because they will look out for FIs and EIs and LIs. They're all separated because they have they're in different tax brackets. Also, when you look at maybe if we have an initial public offer, usually the locals are given better benefits than the foreigners. Maybe like those bonuses, they can say 10% for the locals, maybe 5% for the foreigners. So please, let's have that amended as soon as possible. Simon is saying in the app, every action is saying not authenticated, even when logged in. Dorothy, I think maybe that's something we can look at. He's saying that every action he's saying it's saying not authenticated.
Can you write an email? Can you write an email to depository plus the screenshot as well, and then we look into it. Maybe we may need to reach out to you personally and then help out.
Okay. Then Anguzu is also asking, I have downloaded the USC app. Can I link my SCD to the app? He has just downloaded the app as well.
Yes, you can. Just go to sign up. When you get to the login page, go to below it where they put verify or request for verification code. There is a bit that has sign up. So go there, sign up, put in your email address where your code will be sent to, and then you can link your account, your SCD number, sorry.
Okay, thank you. Richard raises a very important question, but this is a question that maybe we shall have to come back to later. And this is something that we're going to put out for our developers as well. This is how do we know that what shares are available for sale before we put in buy orders? In other words, you're saying that I do not want to what? I do not want to put in an order if I'm not sure the shares are there. That's something that we can really look into. But for now, we do not have an answer. But that's something that we can do in our next webinars. Probably we shall bring clarity to you. Yeah, and then do we include Christine is asking, do we include letters and slashes in the account number? I don't think so. Maybe you can just clarify, Dorothy.
No, you don't. The only digits that are required, you even leave out the front zeros, the 7 zeros that are usually added before. You start from, let's say, for example, we are currently in the series of 4,000 or 400,000. So you start with the 4 dash 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 dash. Yes.
Okay. And then someone is saying that why is it that then all share index is no longer listed? I think maybe it's maybe no longer being visible. The all share index, I think that's something they would also want to see, Dorothy, on the app. Yeah, that's something that maybe we can include, the all share index. Is it there?
I don't know if the person has just joined right now, but it is there. Let me try to find my my window and then I show it to them. It is there actually in the application. It is one of the first things that you see once you get onto the dashboard of the application. It is here.
Okay.
This is also
I think to Suvida Danielle, you're able to see that. Yeah, it's the all share index. So maybe if you are expecting to say ALSI, it's been written with all with its full meaning. Eh? Yeah. Then Simon Chigozi says that do you actually get to see the terms and conditions you are accepting when opening the account, or you just accept? So people are saying that they would want to see your terms and conditions and read it. Then how do the 3 settling days, I'll answer that second one. Dorothy, they're asking that terms and conditions, do they get to have them, or we just accept?
Okay, if you want terms and conditions, we shall add them. Because we wanted to make the process seamless for you. But yes, there is a disclaimer somewhere when you're opening up the account with the if you're using the Easy Portal and you're opening an SCD account, there is a disclaimer somewhere where you have, I confirm all these details and all of that. But if you do want terms and conditions, I'll speak to the legal team and maybe the IT team as well so that we can add it. For those ones who already opened up accounts using the USSD and through the brokers, you have terms and conditions that you sign on the papers when you're updating your details. So that's why you don't add them when you're linking an account.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you. And then someone also asked, how do the 3 settling days affect the price of equities you purchase or sell, since this may be on different days? So maybe, Simon, what you need to know that, of course, once you've locked in, you've locked in. Once you've sold, you've sold. So we cannot say that because maybe you're saying that we could reduce the settlement cycle, so that in case you want an opportunity to be able to jump in again and buy, that is something that we can look into. But once you have locked in and you have sold today and maybe the price changes tomorrow, unfortunately, you will not, if it is a higher price, you'll not partake of it, because already you had what? You had already sold your stake a day before. So, but however, I think what you're saying is that maybe to take advantage of shorter cycles, to be able to take advantage of different price points that we may have in the market. And that is understood. Someone was asking, because most of the questions now are more or less, but just before we just ask maybe Kasim to just briefly share us with what the experience has been. Maybe Kasim, if you'd love to share for the clients that you have had or interacted with, their experience on the Easy Portal. How has it been? If you'd share with us. Kasim?
Yes, Susan.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the experience they have had, it varies. Most of them find it convenient because when they are far away or they are not able to access you easily, they can access the Easy Portal wherever they want, and this makes the process seamless for them. Some have problems with it, but one thing that I've come to notice that for it to be as convenient and effective as we want it to be is the moment you use the Easy Portal, just let us know, for example, as your broker, let us know, I've actually put in an order here and there. This is what is happening. So we follow up. If you use mobile money, we follow up, and then we get to see that, such a client actually is intending to buy, this is this. In case we would have missed it, we follow up and then we get to work on it. Then the other thing for people that are opening up accounts, so as Dorothy mentioned earlier, is that you have to, again, follow up with your broker to fill in the KYC, to complete your KYC. So that is also crucial. And as it has been mentioned that you have to go to your broker, again, you do not have to come to us. As we are saying that this can be done at your fingerprint. You do not have to come to us. So after you're done with technological stuff, you can again reach out to us that I opened up an SCD using the USSD option. And this is it. So we provide you with the paperwork, for example. Most of the time we would have the details, or we follow up with the exchange and we have the details. So we provide you with the paperwork on email. You fill in, scan back to us, and then you're good to go. So it's buying, selling, any security that's listed on the Uganda Securities Exchange, you'll be able to do that without having come in at Resort House, for example, to meet Mukwaya down there, or to meet Susan at the exchange. From the beginning of the process up to the end, when you can view your portfolio on the Easy Portal, everything can be done seamlessly wherever you are at your fingerprint, as our webinar topic suggests today. So yes, Susan, that will be it. For example, for most of it. For those that want to track their portfolio, most of the times it's been the issue. How do I see my holdings? I want to be able to track your holdings. I think Dorothy has been to explain everything properly, how you can track your holdings. We always try to take them through this, but it has been made clear by Dorothy. They can track this. So that is it for the Easy Portal, Susan.
Okay. So I don't want us to go past 11:30. I want us to bring this to a close. It's 6 minutes to the end. Thank you so much, Kasim, for the clarity. Most of the questions that I'm seeing and comments, we have already touched on them, answered them. However, for those that you feel like that we have not, please, we can be able to get your response or feedback on the depository at use.or.ug. We have a team from the depository that is always looking at that email and always responding to those questions, whether it is about shares, about the technology, they are always responding to those questions. So far be it from us that we will not be giving you any responses anymore. For us, we are dedicated, and I actually want to know which email you are using where you are not getting a response, so that now we all know and we channel all our clients to the depository at use.or.ug. So I want to be able to share back to John for any communication that he may have for us on the USE Academy and our next presentation, when it will be. Richard has commented and saying that next time we need a live presentation. We do not want just to use the PPTs, isn't it? A live presentation where we are doing a walkthrough. Yes, I believe we can be able to do something and ensure that next time we actually, it's not Richard, we have, I think, about 2 or 3 people that also commented the same. So on our part too, let us be able to ensure to see how we get that rolling. Usually the challenge is with the internet and the buffing, but I believe we can be able to find a suitable solution so that we can practically walk you through, so that as we are typing, you're also typing. The beauty is that most of us can be able to have a smartphone and also a laptop, so all of us are following through. So thank you so much. I'll now hand it back to John to just give us a final overview on what is expected when the next presentation will come through in regards to the USE Academy. And it was really a pleasure hosting and of course moderating for you this morning. Thank you. Over to you, John.
Thank you, Susan. Before I make that very brief remark, there's something I would love to interest you in. Kindly avail Kassimu opportunity to update our investors in terms of the upcoming auction, because there's a question from Victoria asking if she can use her SCD to participate in the primary market for the government securities. Then I'll make my comment in 1 minute thereafter.
Kasim, comment?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, John. So yes, for the coming month of August, we have 3 auctions that are already stipulated. We have a T-bill auction, and then we have 2 T-bond auctions. So we have a T-bill auction that will be taking place on the 5th, if I'm not mistaken, the 5th of August. So the treasury bills, these are short-term government securities. So 91 days, 182 days, 364 days. And then you can come and invest in these. Then we have another one that is the treasury bond, the long term government securities. The first one is stipulated for 12th of August. And the tenures that will be auctioned will be a 3-year, a 10-year, and a 20-year. A 3-year that is paying 15.5, a 10-year that is paying 16%, and a 20-year that is paying 15%. And so this, you can reach out again to your brokers, or you can, again, as we've seen, you can use the Easy Portal to place the bids and be able to fall through as brokers and place them with the Bank of Uganda. Another auction that will be taking place in August will be on the 26th of August, which is a 2-year, a 5-year, and a 15-year. A 2-year that is paying 15.25, a 5-year that is paying 15, and 15-year that is paying 15.8%. So these are the auctions that are going to be taking place in the month of August. Again, you can take part wherever you are at your fingerprint, and we'll be able to fall through. Make sure that you get these securities as you want onto your SCD as you've seen, and you see your portfolios when this are reflected. So yes, briefly, that is it, Susan and John.
Thank you so much, Kasim. Over to you, John.
Thank you, Susan, and thank you so much to our panelists and most importantly, the investors for creating time to be part of this every other Thursday. When we do send out invitations to you to participate, we don't take it lightly. And as the exchange and the USE Academy will continue to do this. So our next engagement will be 13th of next month, same time, 10 a.m. on Thursday. So again, similar way, the communication will be sent out in terms of the login and the topic that we'll be having to be sent way ahead of time for you to block some time and participate. But away from this, if you want to have an in-person engagement with your employees, your circle or investment club or any group, or even individual, please reach out. Our team is ready to engage with you beyond online to even the physical engagements. And very lastly, for all the episodes of the USE Academy webinars that you might have missed, we do save them and we do deposit them on the YouTube channel of the Uganda Securities Exchange. I have just posted the link, so just click that link or go to YouTube, look for Uganda Securities Exchange. You'll be able to update yourself on all the previous editions that you might have missed out. So even this before close of the day, it will be there. Please watch, educate yourself, educate your friends and family. Feel free to share those links so that all of us can get better. I thank you.
Thank you so much, John. Thank you so much, Kasim. Thank you so much, Dorothy. Thank you to everyone that has come through and has been able to be with us for an hour and a half and listen in and also learn as well. I am sure that we have made the process easier for some or most of us. For those that even were feeling that, you know what, maybe I may not be able to handle this platform, I actually now see that it is easy to actually be able to participate using the exchange platforms or even to navigate them. But like we have said and shared, please, for anything that you're having a challenge with, please, we have put depository at use.or.ug to be able to answer your questions. We no longer want any complaints that we are not being able, we are not serving or we are not responding. We really want to be efficient, and we thank you because your feedback makes us better. But also we have been able to share the brokers details, and we have actually shared phone numbers of those brokers that are in charge of supporting the clients in the different brokerage firms. So we have 5 brokers. That is, we have Crested Capital, Dan Blair, Old Mutual Uganda, SBG Securities, and Cheaper Cash Uganda. So all of them are able to support you, and the details are there. They are right. Kasim's details are there for those who are Dan Blair clients. He is ready to support you. Jovia is there for SBG Securities, Melissa for Crested Capital, Penklin for Old Mutual, and of course Christine for Cheaper Cash Technologies. So we want to thank you and do wish you an awesome weekend, and till the next webinar.